Welcome back to our Power BI learning series. In this video, we will take a complete walkthrough of Power BI desktop interface. In Power BI desktop interface, you will find 6 areas. The first one is the ribbon areas at the top. You will see the ribbon similar to Excel or Word, where you will find Home tab, Insert tab, Modeling tab. We will discuss all in these details once we work with the Power BI report. The next one is View panel. In View panel, you will find Report view where you will see your report, Data view where you can see your data. In Model view, you will see where you can build your data model. In DAX view, you will see where you can create DAX functions. On the right side panel, there are fields, visualization and filters. In the canvas area, in the center, we have the canvas area or report building space. This is where all your visuals, report layout come together. You can create multiple pages, status bar and page controls. At the bottom, you will see options to add new pages, rename tabs, move between report pages. This helps when building multi-page dashboard like summary, sales, product. Now let's take an example. For example, if you work with any BI tool like Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense or any reporting tool like Excel, the first thing you need is data, and your data is stored across different databases, file system or online services. Power BI provides 300 plus data sources connectivity. How to get data in Power BI? Let's take an example of it. Go to Home tab. In Get Data, you will see list of data sources we can connect with. You click on the More button. Here you will see 300 plus data sources connectivity. For example, if you click on the file, if your data is stored in the Excel workbook, you can select Excel workbook and can load data from Excel workbook to Power BI, or your data might be stored in the CSV file, or your data may be stored in the PDF or a folder. You can connect with SharePoint folder if you are using SharePoint. For example, if you are working with the databases, you can see the list of databases Power BI can connect with. For example, if your data is stored in the SQL Server, select SQL Server database and provide the details. For example, if your data is stored in the SAP HANA database, select SAP HANA database and connect with your credentials. Similarly, you can also connect with the Amazon Athena or other databases. If your database is in Microsoft Fabric, you can also connect with and can get data. For example, if you are using cloud services like Azure, AWS, you can also connect with these services and can get your data. For example, if in Azure you are using Azure SQL Database, select Azure SQL Database and you can connect with and get data. Similarly, you can also connect with Azure Databricks. Let's see online services. For example, if you are using ERP system, Dynamic 365, you can select Dynamic 365 data source, provide your details, and you can also connect with. Similarly with Salesforce, if you are using LinkedIn sales for sales related activities, you can also connect with LinkedIn sales. Power BI earlier provided you can connect with Facebook or Twitter, but now these has been deprecated. Now you can also get data from LinkedIn Learning about user views who has viewed the recording content. You can also get details, and similarly you can also get details from other sources like web page, SharePoint list, Spark. If you are a developer, you can use Python script as well. Similarly, Google Sheets, if you are using Google Sheets for your reporting, then you can also connect with Google Sheets. So now let's take an example of Excel in our case. Here we will try to connect with a simple Excel file and load into a Power BI. For example, our simple sales data is like sales ID, product ID, date, region, product name and quantity. And we want to create a simple chart like this where we can see product wise sales. Like this where we can see what is the product wise sales. Let's create it in Power BI. to the get data, or there is a shortcut here for Excel workbook. You can click on it. It will ask you where the file is stored. Browse to that folder. Here it is stored in dataset. It will start connecting with dataset. You can see it is showing two tables here. One is sales, one is product, because Excel workbook has two sheets. So number of sheets and number of table you have created in Excel workbook will shown here. For example, you need to see product details. It will show you product details here. If you need to see sales, you can see sales data here. For example, for this analysis, you need only sales, and in your workbook, you have multiple sheets, but you required only one sheet's data. You can select it and load it. Similarly, if you require product as well, you can select product as well and it will load. Here, transform data. For example, if you have to do some cleaning, your data is not in required format, you can click on transform data. It will transform all the data. We will cover this part in detail in our part 4 session. For now, it just load the data. Once you load, it will load into Power BI memory. You can see there are pending changes. It's loading sales and product. Now, once data is loaded, on the right side, you can see we have table name with the fields name coming here. On the left side, in the view panel, you can see table view. Once you click on the second tab, which is table view, where you can see the data stored. Report view, you cannot edit like Excel. If you have to edit, you can edit in Excel and can refresh here. Data will come automatically. The third view here is model view, where you will see your sales and product table, and you can create a relationship here. We will cover this data modeling in our detailed section in the part 5. The fourth view, you can see a DAX formula creation. Here you can create your DAX formula, like how to calculate gross sales, gross margin using DAX function. This we will also cover in our video section for DAX. Now let's create a basic chart, product wise sales we created in Excel. How to create this in Excel? So as we said, this is our report building area where we actually build our report. So if you drag product name here, you can simply drag and drop here. So for example, if you have to get product wise sale, you can simply select product and just drag it in building area. Now you can see your product name, keyboard, laptop and mouse. You can drag and drop it to anywhere you can place. Now if you need sales, so you can see quantity is your column name. So if you drag it into this canvas, it will show you product name, sum of quantity. We will just enlarge. Now if you look in the visualization tab, where you can select the visualization type, and in the columns it will show you what columns has been selected. For example, you don't want this detail in table view, you want visualization. Simply select it and you can select the kind of chart you want to create. For example, you need in bar chart here. You can select it and can adjust according to your requirement. So for example, if you need another chart where you want to see region wise sales, you will simply drag region in here and then sales. Again, for this we need, let's say if you want to create another chart here, you want to see region wise sales, you can simply drag region and then quantity. But you want pie chart for this, you can simply select from the visualization tab pie chart. You can see simply here. For example, now you can also see if I select any region here like north, it will automatically show me data for north. You can see it is showing me data for north only. For example, if I want to see what is the sales for keyboard, I can select it. We will cover all how to create these visualization, how to change colors, how to set all these in our report creation section, where we will cover all these things in detail. For now, it is just we are showing you how we can connect with any data source and how we can pull in Power BI. Now we have understood how these all options work. On the right side, we can see our table and visualizations we can create. On the left side, you will see three views. One is where you create your visualization like this. In the table view, you can see your data. In the model view, you can create a relationship like this. For example, our product name is stored in the product table, but sales is stored in different table. How we can get those into a single table? There we require to create this data model. If we have to create gross sales or gross margin, we need to create advanced formulas. We can achieve this in Power BI using DAX formula. That is, we will cover in our DAX tutorial, where we will cover from very basic DAX creation to advanced formula like gross margin, gross sales. If you would like to practice everything shown in this video series step by step, we have prepared complete content for you. Each part in the series has its own folder with instructions, raw data files and Power BI files so you can follow along easily at your own pace. For example, if you go to our part 4 of this series, you will see we have three folders. The first one is instructions folder. Here, if you open the instructions file, it has all the steps we have discussed, like the basic transformation. You will see step-by-step guidance along with images. Similarly, raw files contain all the raw files we used in this part, like basic transformation, text transformation and number transformation. And in Power BI folder, you will find completed Power BI file we have created in this part. To get access, just visit datasoft365.com or email us at datasoft365@gmail.com. We will send you everything you need to start learning hands-on.